We are back live here on our big broadcast. We are coast to coast and border to border on iHeartRadio today. And also the mic.fun, THEMIC.fun. And we have got some great guests with us today. I'm going to go around the horn here and let you guys introduce yourselves, and then we'll talk a little bit about your music.
My name is Abby Kay. I'm 19 years old, live in Nashville, Tennessee, and I play bass and I sing.
My name is Diego. I also live in Nashville. I play guitar, as I like to say, really fast, and I like coffee.
That's awesome.
I'm Zach. I also live in Nashville, and I'm the drummer.
That's awesome. He's just the drummer. He doesn't play the drums fast. He's just the drummer. Look at
He's
that.
very stoic like that.
I love that. So, how did you guys get together as a group?
So I think this is kind of one of the benefits of growing up in our generation. We all met on social media.
That's awesome.
I met Diego on Instagram quite a few years back, and then when we were auditioning drummers, we put out a flyer on Instagram and Facebook, and Zach showed up, and we thought he was a pretty okay drummer, so we put him in there.
That's great.
Zach's the best.
Yeah, it all ties back to social media for us.
That is pretty cool. Now, so tell me a little bit about your social media. How do we find you guys? All these things.
So for me, you can find us on all social media at Abby K Rocks, and we also have abbykrocks.com. And then the boys also have their personal.
Yeah, I'll just shout out mine. Mine is the Shredite because I love guitar and the Evil Dead. So it's SHREDDITE.
That's awesome.
I'm playing at Zach Gullidge, and then Instagram is Zach Gullidge Drums.
You know, that whole Evil Dead thing, I almost ended up, I think it was last year, going to Colorado for some Evil Dead thing that they were doing. And, yeah, it was some sort of deal where they were having the cast there, and it was quite the deal. And
oh, that's awesome.
Almost went to that. So when you brought that up, I instantly thought of that. So Zach, how did you get started doing drums?
So when I was 10, I joined the middle school band because I wasn't really good at anything. So I was like, maybe I can be good at this. And, you go around and they test you on all the instruments and the mouthpieces and stuff. And they're like, you're going to be a percussionist. And so I went home and I was like, I guess I need a drum set. And so my parents got me a drum set. And now we're almost 14 years later. So,
wow, that's pretty damn cool. That is pretty damn cool. So, Diego, how did you get started doing the thing you're doing, my friend? With
the guitar and playing it
yes.
fast and whatnot.
Yes.
It was kind of a mix. So it kind of depends. But recently, I've realized that the story I've been telling for years is wrong. The truth of how I got into guitar.
That's great.
No, I realized this recently. The truth of what made me want to get into guitar. It was Guns N' Roses and Slash, but it was specifically seeing Slash on Phineas and Ferb on Disney Channel.
Really?
Yeah, for the longest time I thought I found Guns N' Roses on YouTube, but it just hit me recently. I was like, no, I'm just seeing Slash, as a cartoon in Phineas and Ferb, and I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool. And then that led to finding them on YouTube, and I'm like, okay, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, Abby, how did you get into doing what you're doing as part of the musical group here?
I will give you the more in-depth story than I usually do.
Okay.
I wanted to be like my sister when I was 5, so I asked our dad, hey, put Taylor Swift on my iPod, put Justin Bieber on my iPod, put some Kids Bop on there.
Kids Bop, that's awesome.
And my dad, being the type of parent that he is, he was like, okay, fine, but you're also getting Kiss, you're also getting Metallica, Iron Maiden, Alice Cooper. And I was 5 years old. I didn't know how to skip it. I didn't know how to take it off of a playlist. So I was just forced to listen to it.
I was just forced to listen to it. So what was your reaction to this?
At first, I was disgusted. But it wasn't really me being disgusted. It's more so that I saw my big sister and she was like, Dad, why'd you put this old man music on there? So of course I had a similar reaction, and my sister figured out how to get rid of it. I did not. So I listened to it, and secretly I was like, wow, this is actually kind of good. So I just sat with that for a little bit, and then when I was 12, I was like, okay, Dad, I'm 12 years old. You gotta take me to a concert. And he took me to see Kiss. And that is literally the beginning of it all for me. I was very into gymnastics. I never went back to the gym. I picked up a guitar and a bass the next day and never looked back. So Gene Simmons and Kiss changed my life.
Wow, that's fantastic. So this band you guys are in, what's been the reaction to your music and everything?
So I think from the beginning to where we are now, we've had a lot of change. The first song I released, it was when I was still a solo artist, and this wasn't really a band. It's called It Should Have Been Me. It can be classified as a pop song, honestly. I wrote it when I was 15, released it when I was 16, and I think when adding the boys in and going through the time that we needed, our music has gotten very heavy, and people are really starting to like that, especially for me. You see a blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl living in Nashville, Tennessee, you think Taylor Swift, you think country. And then we come out with a song like 99 Degrees Celsius, and it's just unexpected. And so when people are hearing this, I think, I don't know, we've gotten a lot of positive feedback that this is exactly what we wanted to hear. You're going in the right direction. So it's good for us to hear things like that.
That's great. That's great. So what do you guys individually, what are some of your goals as far as music and everything goes?
Zach, do you want to go?
Sure. My goal is to be able to have music, be my one single job that pays the bills and lets me live. I'm not trying to get rich, but I'm trying to pay bills and also be able to eat. So
you want to pay bills and eat?
You're in the wrong business, brother. No, I love it. I love it. Diego, what do you have for us, brother?
I would also love to pay my bills and eat with music. But I think for me, it's like music's one of the only things that ever really made sense to me. So all I want to do is I just want to make cool music with awesome people and make people happy. For me, it doesn't matter what stage it is, whether I'm playing stadiums or I'm in the studio or wherever. I want to play music that makes people happy. I want to make people smile and also just enjoy it.
So, tell me about some of your musical heroes and influences.
So, for me, mine would be Lizzie Hale, Lemmy, Nita Strauss, Steve Harris, and Lita Ford.
Wow. Holy smokes.
I guess I'll go next. My influences, I think, are definitely on the heavier side. I'm super into metal, thrash. I'm a shredder guy. I love Dream Theater, John Petrucci, all these guys. Yeah, just pretty much if it's metal and it makes me headbang, I'm all for it.
For me, I'm more into all the progressive rock, so Rush, Genesis, all that stuff. So Neil Peart and Phil Collins are two really big ones for me. And then also Todd Zuckerman from Styx has been a really big one.
That's awesome. So tell me a little bit about this this latest track. We're gonna play it here in a few moments. 99 Degrees.
So I started writing 99 Degrees Celsius when kind of like quarantine happened in 2020. And I think a lot of people struggled with mental health during quarantine and COVID. And so, like, I don't know. I like to describe 99 Degrees Celsius as a 4-minute long panic attack. It starts off, it builds up, it builds up, it builds up, and it explodes. And it's kind of like just a representation of what happens when I get overwhelmed or when I get anxious and have a panic attack. And it was really just inspired by like what quarantine and what COVID was doing to my mental health, honestly. And it's been really good for me to, like, now that it's released, a lot of people are relating to it that, yeah, I really struggled with my mental health over COVID, and during quarantine, I struggled with mine. So it's been really nice for me to get that kind of feedback that everyone goes through this, especially during what the world is going through. Mental health in this day and age, it's something that a lot of people struggle with.
That's awesome. Well, we are going to do this. We are going to play this. You can get more information. AbbeyKRocks.com is the official website. And you guys have been phenomenal. Thanks for doing this. And I look forward to chatting with you guys soon. Good luck with everything. And we're going to play the video. Appreciate it, guys. And we are going to go to the video right now here on our big program, Coast to Coast. Honor of Honor on iHeartRadio right now.
Say one more thing and unleash a beast. All I gotta say is don't push me. It's like the fingers on the trigger of a loaded gun. All I gotta say is have fun. When I get this way, you should feel afraid. Energized in this mind of mine, I'm about to unwind. 99 degrees Celsius, making my way to the edge of a cliff. A breaking point is far too near. You've got everything to fear. Bet you really hate when I get this way. But baby, you'll just have to deal with it. The thrill I can't forget. I feel so good when I'm away. All I gotta say is it's the end. I feel this way. You should feel afraid. Energized in this mind of mine, I'm about to unwind. 99 degrees Celsius, making my way to the edge of a cliff. The breaking point is far too near. You've got everything to fear. 99 degrees Celsius, you better stop testing my limits. The breaking point is far too near. You've got everything to fear. My temperature's rising, rising high. It's reaching up to the sky. And never wanted to say goodbye to you. My temperature's rising, rising high. It's reaching up to the sky. I never wanted to say goodbye to you.
But fire out of control is man's greatest enemy. Destroyer of life and happiness, of wealth and industry. Destroyer of places to work. Destroyer of jobs.
breaking point is far too near. You've got everything to fear.
That is Abby K, 99 degrees Celsius, and it is on your big bright.